Wow. It's a privilege to be alive to see any dawning of a new day, a new hour, a new minute, a new second. Because I know every second people pass is only a step that we have between life and death. And before this week is rounding off like that, we have gone through so much. Life has given us a lot, but we are kept by the power of God, preserved by mercy. Orí àánú, àánú ló jí wa sáyé, àánú la rí gbà, àánú ló ṣàánú wa. I don't know about you. Let me start by telling you today that everything starts from the beginning. The longest journey on earth starts with a step. Whoa. Everything big starts from the beginning. I need to ask you some questions. Everything big starts from the beginning. How are you starting your life? Because it's going to be big, great, massive, gigantic. Anything. Bad habits will be big. Bad manners will be big. You started watching pornography, it's going to hijack your brain. It's going to be big. Masturbating to stupor is going to be big. Good business plans is going to be big. Good marital information. I want my home to be fine. I want everything to be in order. It's going to be big. There's nothing that starts small that does not have the potential of being very, very big and massive. So ask yourself, what habit am I building now that would become big in my house? Let me give you a practical example. Hey, somebody said, I can tame a lion. She be lion kekere ni a cub. You now got a lion. Started, like you are raising your dog. One day, the lion roared and eat the person that is breeding it because it became big. Everything that becomes big today started small. What are you thinking? What are you planning? What are your investments of today that's going to be very big tomorrow? Somebody is hearing me now. You can abuse. It's going to be big. O lè fẹ́nu kọ́. Ó ti big nìyẹn. So, kò sí ni. Tọ́n bá ní ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú òru ni. Wọ́n lè parọ́ kó kù jí dìde. It's going to be big. Ẹlòmíì ń jalè. Ojú kòkòrò. Ò ní tẹ́lọ́rùn. It's going to be big. Let me give you a practical example. I think I said it in one of the moments to ponder. There was this man that was looking for a job. So the CEO, the employer, now dressed like a server, looked very, very unkempt, was the one that was doing the interview. He said to himself, let me do this interview very well because the person I want to employ is my next person. Ó fẹ́ fi ṣe gbákejì ẹ̀ ni. Tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ mi dáadáa, bá mi interpret. Ká máa flow lọ bá ṣe ń flow yìí. So he gave that person an appointment for an interview. Many of them. Oh my God. This man did well. The man was saying, mo ti rẹ́ ní kejì mi. I've seen my second half. I'm so grateful. I'm happy. Then finally, they now gave them a ticket to go and buy food in the restaurant. It's part of the interview, but nobody knew that they have planned it that. So they have to pay for everything. Different buffet, butter, so many things, nice meal, set table, set atmosphere. Oh my days. That place was tantalizing. And it's just to be picked and to be paid for. All those things, you have to pay for it. And they actually gave them tickets. It's not that they are paying for it from their hand. Oh. And this potential assistant general manager went on the line. He didn't know that his guy, the person that wants to employ him, was watching. He was on the queue. And this man just packed small butter. I don't know if you know those small margarine that they used to serve in the restaurant or something. Packed 4 and put it in his pocket. That was the end of that job. It became big, very big. Anything you handle with levity will handle you with gravity. There's nothing that destroys a giant that does not climb up with him. So whatever it is you are doing, there is a weakness, kill it. It will kill you. My name is funkeadetuberu. This is She Matters on Fresh FM 104.9 Oshogbo. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Joelaifele, is the GM, CEO, MON, Baba Beta of Fresh FM Nigeria. I welcome you to She Matters in Oshogbo. Wow, today is going to be another blast. I'm sure last week you had a good time. I'm using this case as a case note because some of us, we don't even agree with me with some of the things I say. Kí ló ń ṣe gan? One person abused me. Sent me a text and said, I don't like the way you talk. And God gave us one gift on our phones. Delete and block is a gift. Delete and block. I'm not even bothered. Hey, I don't even, it didn't get to me. Bóyá nìyẹn gbọ́ mi sì kò lè ní access sí mi láíláí mọ́. Because access is a gift. If somebody allows you in his life or her life, you should be rolling on the floor and thank your stars. There are 1 million people that are better than you. Ó dẹ̀ mú mi bú. I don't like the way you talk. Ọ̀rọ̀ òtítọ́ agún ni bí ẹ̀gún. Àwọn old songs. Ọ̀rọ̀ òtítọ́ akóró bí ewúro. Adùn ló máa ń gbẹ̀yìn ewúro. Má mà kọ ọ̀rọ̀ òtítọ́. Ṣe ṣàgbọ́n nǹkan tí mo ti sọ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ program. Tó o bá gbọ́rọ̀ òtítọ́, òtítọ́ á fèsì ẹnjọ́ kan. Á fi ẹ́ sí corner sí crossroad. Access is a gift. Access is a privilege. I appreciate everyone that have been watching, listening. When I say watch, kì í ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n bá rí bí vision ló ń watch o. Tó ń fojú sùnùkùn wò ni mo mean. And listening to She Matters. Last week we had a guest in the house. I'm using the life of this guest as a case note for you to understand the dynamic of parenting. Hey, tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi lénìí bá mọ̀ wípé ẹ máa dúró níwájú tẹ Ọlọ́run àti ìdájọ́ láti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe tọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín, ẹ tún rò. Ọmọ ni ìní Olúwa. Children are God's heritage. Kì í ṣe tiẹ̀. Afúntọ́, afúnṣọ́ ń lọ́mọ. Ọmọ ni ìní Olúwa. Ọmọ inú ni èrè ẹ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọfà ṣe rí lọ́wọ́ alágbára, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọmọdé rí. Children are God's heritage. They are arrows in our hands. Hey! And it's your business to stretch the arrow to hit the target. If you now raise those children and turn them to be a specimen of shame and reproach, you have to go and greet your children in rehabilitation center for drugs, for mental illness because of substance. You have to go to prison to go and be shamefully giving your children food in the prison. You have to be shamefully pushing your daughter to go to your uncle and your niece's house to go and have the baby because she's pregnant in primary 2 or primary 6, or form 2, whatever. You are going to be accountable to God for the way these children are raised. If you understand that, my word will not be a thorn in your flesh. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò ní dàbí ẹ̀gún lára ẹ̀. Wàá máa bẹ Ọlọ́run ní pé Olúwa, kọ́ mi mọ̀ ṣe, kọ́ mi mọ̀ tọ́. Afúntọ́ ni mí, kọ́ mi mọ̀ ṣe dáadáa. Because well, I have a guest in the house today. You must have been with me since last week. If you missed any of the episodes, especially when I brought her last week, you missed it, go to my Instagram handle now. Follow me. Funkeadetuberu is my handle. Or go to my YouTube channel. Funkeadetuberu is my YouTube channel. Listen to the program, like the program, subscribe the program, and share this particular episode. So I'm giving you a blank check of going to my YouTube channel to meet up to the fact that you missed last episode. This woman is a woman. No, I don't want to call her a girl. She's a mother of 2. She has her children with me here in the studio. And she's been through a lot. She's still telling us the story of her background, what she went through. Don't miss that episode. Go back to my YouTube channel or Instagram. Follow me now, and listen to her story. I apologize for all my audience that does not speak Yoruba. You can actually tell somebody to interpret. You know, my wisdom is I know my audience. I'm in Ibadan, but I can speak English too very well. But for now, we have to appreciate and celebrate all our listeners. So I apologize to all my non-speaking indigene of Yoruba or Nigeria. Please forgive me. But of course, I do other programs on my channels that I speak only English. Before you turn me to be a local woman, I want to appreciate everyone. I have this guest in the house today. Like I said, she was here last week. You're welcome to She Matters.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you for making yourself vulnerable. Thank you for opening yourself. Of course, no name, no face, no identity. Some will say, hey, this my story is bad though. I can't even share it. But she made herself vulnerable because she needs to vent. She needs to bring it out. No name, no face, no identity. I don't want you to know her face or see her face, but you will hear her voice. Real story, real people, real experiences. Because a lot of people felt, she story yẹn true sha. You know, she òótọ́ ni sha. Òyìnbó mi pọ̀ díẹ̀ lẹ́ni. Ẹ bá mi fún mi lò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Bó ṣe gbà nìyẹn. Welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Can we continue where we started last week on your story? You've been raised, your upbringing. I'm not even talking about that things though. We are still sharing her experience from age 10. She became a mother. Maybe I should do a little bit of a recap. Don't let me do recap. Go to my YouTube. Go to my Instagram. Follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can listen. Yes, go ahead with your words.
So that was how it went.
Go ahead.
So when my mommy left, I was with the 6 to 7 months old boy of my the boy is my step brother. She's from my stepmother. So my stepmother left the boy for me alone at home. So I was the only one taking care of the boy. If I want to go and play there, because we were upstairs, the house was 4 flats. So if I want to go downstairs and play with my friends, I'll bag the boy, we play together, then we go back upstairs. So almost every day my daddy do come home, maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the midnight or in the morning. So when he come like that, he will start vomiting everywhere. Bedroom, his room, his clothes. So I'll be the one doing everything.
How old were you then?
I was 10, 11. So I will be the one doing everything. So at times, if we ask the apprentice to come and cook for us, they will cook for us. At times I will do the cooking myself, but I normally cook rice. But because me and the boy, we don't normally eat beans. We normally cook rice or we buy food outside. So later, when I was maybe another 1 year, the woman now came back again to take care of the boy, and she got pregnant again because she had 2 sons from my father.
She came back to that house.
She came back again, yes.
Hey, I wish I had time. Let me say this. You know, we call some people relationship addicts. When you are beating them, you are hurting them, they saw those signs, they saw the red flags and the black flags. Wọ́n rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bọ̀ àti kúrò ní wàhálà. Ó tún lọ bímọ kejì sínú ilé yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma.
Go ahead.
So those 2 boys were at home with me, because if my daddy beat her today, tomorrow she will pack out. She might spend 3 months or 6 months outside. She will come back again. So she normally do on and off. So later the 2 boys grew up a little bit. They started school. Me too, I was going to school. So if we are coming from the school, it's my daddy apprentice will go and pick them from the school, because they are too young to come home alone. So if me, I'm coming from school, I normally stop in my daddy's shop. Then but so his apprentice will now go and bring the boys to stay there. They will now go and buy us food, we will eat there. So around 6:30 they will take us home.
So your daddy will, they take you, where would your daddy now
my daddy home? My daddy will come home with maybe his girlfriend around 2 a.m. because I don't normally lock the door. I don't normally lock the door. You shared an
experience with me that anytime your daddy comes home,
I'm still coming there, ma. Okay. I'm still coming there, ma. So anytime, so later when I now got to 13, 14, then so I was playing the role of a wife at home, food and washing the clothes, and then I will wait till if my younger brothers have already slept, so I'll wait till my daddy comes in. So if I should try and doze off or sleep off on the chair, if my daddy come in like this, he will start beating me, punching me anyhow, beating me. Especially he like to catch me in the corner of the house, because if he catch me there, I will not be able to run away. So he will start beating me with his shoes. Exactly. He will not off his shoes. With his shoes, he will start beating me.
As you were saying, your children were crying. I remember.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So he will start beating me. In the morning, we do as if he did not know anything. I didn't know, maybe he beat me. If I tell him that my body is hot, he will say, what do you want me to do? He will go out again. So at times I might not even see him for 2 days. One of his apprentices that will come home and say, Oga Mbo, Oga Jade ni won bo kini kan. So every day we always see different ladies, different ladies. At times, God forgive me, maybe there was, I don't want to mention that place. So you normally go there and pay and bring ladies home. Exactly. So I know the name of that place then. So
hey. So he's addicted to alcohol, he's also addicted to sex.
Yes.
That's the problem. When you're addicted to one thing, he's always having a second hand. Yes. Go ahead.
So there was a day he came home early, like 10:30. So he was now, I don't know why he liked to abuse me. So when he was now abusing me, now say, Lord, go and bring knife and move that stool to me, move it closer to me. Say when I now moved the stool close to him, he now dropped. He said, "You, this knife, I'm dropping it here. You kneel down in front of that stool. When it is 12 o'clock, I will kill you." I was now crying, and I knelt down in front of this stool. He was now lying down.
Are you sure he's your daddy?
He's my daddy. I'm his second born. He's
and
my daddy.
Of course, girls look like their dad. You look
exactly.
Most boys looks like their mom. Girls looks like their dad.
So he was trying to sleep, but I know he was drunk, because you will hear the smell all over his body. So he was now saying, "I will kill you." He even told me I should be looking at the
wine. Anything about fit on Jeko gbon. Continue.
So he would say, "I will kill you." So I was just praying in my mind then, God have mercy on me, have mercy on me. But thank God he slept off. Even me, I slept off on the floor in front of the stool, and the knife was still there. So immediately it was done. I now stood up to go and do the house chores. In the morning, he didn't even mention, how did this knife get to this place? What happened? No, he would do as if I won't anything.
It was the effect of drugs, of alcohol.
So from there, the woman now came back again. We now moved to another place again, another area. Maybe after 3 years or 4 years in that house, we now move to another place. Okay, we move alone. Me, my daddy, and those 2 kids. We move to another area alone. When that woman now came, maybe it was one that went and begged you, maybe he used to go and beg him, that is why he used to come back, I don't know. So the woman now came to that house to come and meet us. So we were now staying together again, enough beating again. If that woman is there, she don't normally beat me.
Meaning that if he's transferring his aggression
exactly
to you and his frustration.
Yes, ma. So later, so there was a day he wanted to beat me, was now putting his hands in my eyes like this. He wanted, I don't know what he wanted to, maybe he want to remove my eyes, I don't know. At times he will hit my stomach with the shoe like this, so I will not be able to shout, but I don't want to die there. I will look for a way to run out. So he used to lock the door at the back, so nobody will come, and even if somebody is knocking, we shout on them, if you don't leave that place, so they will quickly go to their
so everybody minds their business.
Everybody, exactly. Yes, but in the morning, most of my neighbors will be giving me paracetamol and all that. So later, the beating still continues. Then I was growing with it. When I now got to GS3, we've already moved to our own.
Let me ask
house
you a question.
then.
I will still ask you, with all of these experiences, what was your first sexual exposure? Because I don't know if the uncle or the apprentice that comes home, somebody, because we are still going to your life. Well, you are still talking about your parents and background, your own story. Maybe I should allow you to finish this, and I will not go to that, then take you to your family story. We might actually finish this week, but if we don't finish, I'm not in a hurry. But please go ahead.
Okay, ma. So when we now got to that place, beating on my brother has already come back from the village. Then they've gone to bring. Well, when my grandmother died, he now went to the village to bring my own brother. We are now two. Yes, from my mom. Yes, so he now brought my brother home. So we'll be telling my brother, if you are 18, I will send you out of my house. He used to beat him too, but if he's beating down, that one, my brother will stand still. You don't used to run the way me I used to run around the house. Because me, I was not with my father when I was 18. You have to leave my house if you are 18 years. So that one too was planning.
Wait, now let me say something here. Some of you are listening to me now. You are saying, the way my father trained me, that's why I'm going to train my daughter. The way my mother trained me, that's why I'm going to train my son, or my daughter, or my son. Is your life better now? If that training was good, you would have been better off and become a good child, a good man, a good husband, a good wife. Please stop saying it. Those things you call training is abuse. You don't correct a child without telling the child what the child has done. Some of you, your frustration is on your children. You are now saying that he is not doing well, she's not. How can he do well? Why will he not be medicating pain by becoming a cultist? Why will he not be getting angry? Why will he not be smoking and drinking, joining cults? Please, don't ever say that again. That's the way my mother trained me. That's how I'm going to train my children. Don't say it again, I beg. Continue, please.
So later, then most of my cousins now came from the village too and stay with us. So if anytime my daddy goes to his working place like that, if it's already 12, 11, 10, 11, 12, the boys will have gone to bed. So me, I must not go to bed, because there was a day he told me, I have no me ti dele o tin soon. Shey you understand? So if he's coming, I will have hear the sound of his car from the other street, because he will loud everything. Everybody will know that Mr. Lagbaja is coming. So at times I will sleep off, then I will have opened the gate a little bit so that you can come in. So if he's coming in like this, he will start beating me. You are sleeping, beating me. Why are you sleeping? I've not come in and you are sleeping. So it is my noise that will wake all the boys, even my own brother and our cousins up. They will now be saying, Daddy, please, everybody will wake up till the morning. None of us will sleep again. So we'll not sleep again till the morning. So later, when I used to pray, something should even take me away from this house, because I'm always scared of my daddy. If he send me on an errand, I will do everything fast. I don't even have a friend. Maybe tí màá tẹ̀ máa bá rojọ́ obìnrin o, because mi tí tó ní boyfriend. There's something tó ṣì ń baffle mi nípa ibẹ̀ yẹn náà. So when I now got to 18, enough beating before I got to that 18, it was God's grace ni ò jẹ́ kán pa mí o, because at times he will run inside the room and pick up his double barrel, and because if I know he has gone inside like that, I'll quickly run away. He has gone to got his barrel.
Addiction is addiction to anger, and he's addicted to alcohol, so he's under influence. You know, as a matter of fact, any form of addiction is a mental illness, because a normal person will not do this. So he's under the influence. Continue, please.
So later I now got to, let me just fast forward it a little bit. When I got to 20, no, when I got to 18, I was in SS3. Then I wrote my wife. That SS3, it was not easy. There was a time I borrowed a boy's book to my house. You know, our class teacher used to give our class captain note to write that he or she don't want, that there is not, that he cannot write on the board, that class captain should write then and pass to all the class. Yeah. So immediately that boy finish, maybe he returns the book to the teacher. So him, you know, he will give this one, yeah, méjì ẹjọ kọ yẹn, maybe títọkùnrin ló máa bọ́ sí èmi lọ́wọ́. So if I now take that book home or already dining, that's where I used to write my notes. So my daddy will come there and open the notes like this. Tó bá ti lè rí orúkọ ọkùnrin bá ó máa yàwé yẹn ni. So the next morning he will come to my school and come to the class straight. He doesn't care if a teacher is writing on the board. He will come to my class. I told you he's addicted to anger too. So he will come to my class straight. Whose name is this on this book? So if so
you know, let me. This is not funny, but it's very painful. Yorùbá ní apani kò ń jẹ́ kán mú dà kọjá níwájú ẹ̀. Last week we talked about that he goes to the prostitute. Now he does not want her daughter to even have a boyfriend. Is that not a paradox? As parents, you model your children. It is whether you like it or not. She cannot be good. She cannot have a good her life. I've preached it. She will tell you her story herself. So all this don't go out, stay at home, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Please stop hurting your children. You are destroying your own future. Not now. Shebi, you still have energy to box. You can box, you can beat, you can tear books, you can go and do drama in school. Don't worry. Evening is here. Evening is close. We are giving you practical experiences that I've been sharing with people, with you on the program. Today is practical. You are hearing from the horse's mouth, from the person that has felt, has touched, has handled what life is in parenting and life in general. She's sharing her life issues. Yes, my guest is in the house. Of course, no name, no face, no identity. Don't forget, as you are listening now, follow me on Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. You will listen to that of last week if you miss it, because this is a continuation of what we had done before. You can go to my YouTube channel also. The handle is funkeadetuberu. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends and with your neighbor. Life is not fair, but God is faithful. This is a life. Please, let me allow my guest to continue. Can you go ahead with your story?
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. So he used to beat me. So he now took the book to school and he bashed into the class and said, "Who is bearing this name?" The boy now stood up. He now said, "Why did you give her your book? Where was she when your teacher was writing the note on the board?" So you went out
so
together.
That would be in the morning. He has not drank.
No.
I know.
He has not drank.
That's why he's able to be reasonable. Yes.
So the boy now stood. The boy was even shivering. The boy now said, "I'm not inside that it was the teacher that asked us to write the note, but that he cannot write on the board." My daddy just rushed to that boy. He beat hell out of the boy. He beat hell out of that boy. So principal now came. All of them were even scared of my daddy on that day. So I was ashamed. I was so ashamed, and I was scared. So later, that boy, thank God, everybody really understood. They were even pitying me. Sorry, I was now begging the boy after my daddy has left. So later I wrote my WAEC at 18. Then I wrote my WAEC. I don't have boyfriend yet at all. Nothing like boyfriend. Even those I used to see my mates.
The drama that has been shown, you can't have boyfriend or else they will just bring out the double barrel.
Yes,
God forbid.
yes, because so I now wrote my exam at 18. Then I got only 2 C's, and every other subject was D's. So my daddy beat hell out of me. That is it not your mate? And I don't used to read, and I think too much. As little as I was then, I think too much. So I used to try reading, but so he beat me on that day. He said, I will return you to that school. You will start from SS1. So one woman in our area now begged him that, please spare Joy. Don't let her go to that same school, that she will be ashamed. You can take her to another school. Don't let her start from SS1. Let her start from SS2. Then I started from SS2. By then I was 19. I got to 20 there. Then I wrote my WAEC. I got it. I got everything
at a city.
Yes.
Wow.
So
imagine for her to make her papers like that. Imagine if she was raised in a peaceful, loving atmosphere. This would have been another palmsec or another lecturer, another doctor. She told me she wanted. What do you want? What were you planning to become in life? She told me.
I wanted to be a doctor.
You said it. I heard
yes,
you.
Ma.
Go ahead.
So when I now got that result right, I was even thinking, thank God, it is this result that will even take me away from this suffering. I think I will be going to school then. So I'll be coming home at times. So I will not be beaten like this again. So when I now gave my daddy, when I got the results, I said, Daddy, it remained JAMB. I want to do JAMB. He said, okay. For 2 years, I was with that SSC result without doing anything, only to do the cooking at home, do everything, and receive beating. So later, I was.
And be a nanny.
I'll be a nanny. The woman. Okay, by then, immediately I finished my work, the woman died.
Hi.
The woman was in our house. The woman has come back then. There was a day, this is how the woman died. She was sleeping. Maybe the beating is too much. She was lying there. I could remember she was lying down on the 3-seaters. So she now told me I should help her to boil some water, that she feel like taking hot tea because Johnny Nigba. She now said, okay, I should help her to put water in the bedroom. She was 100% okay. Nothing happened to her. So I now I put the water in the bedroom. So one of my daddy's apprentice now came back from work on that day. The boy now was now bathing in the bedroom. So my stepmother was now telling him, ma we sinu omi mi o, to ba ti we si ko danu o. So the boy now said, I want to cover. Immediately the boy finished bathing, she went to the bedroom and bathed. But my bossy tabayi, she went to the kitchen. There was no light. Then we have a big lamp. When she now carried the lamp now fell from her. I was not saying, what happened? I said, what happened to you? She was not saying, she was not talking again. I said, what happened? She now said, if you fall, can you come? So that was how my daddy even refused to take her to the hospital. So after 2 weeks, people was telling him, take this woman to the hospital. There's one woman in our area, the woman is my stepmother's friend. The woman now faced my daddy, Mr. Lagwada, if this woman dies, I will hate you forever, because you refuse to take her to the hospital. My dad used to tell her she's lazy or learning, because because of her. When she was now sick, my daddy now took me to shorthand, that she go and learn shorthand, so that I will not be working for the woman.
I'm taking care of her children.
I'm taking care of her children. So I now started. So the day I was in the, because that place is not too far from my daddy's shop. That place I was learning. If I leave that place, I will go to his shop. Then me and one of his apprentices will go home. So when I was in that place, the apprentice now came to me that I should come to shop, but I should come and go home and take care of my brothers, my step brothers. And I said, what happened? Pé mommy won't call. He now said, ó ti kú o, wọ́n ti gbé lọ hospital lab, wọ́n ti gbé lọ hospital. Ẹsẹ̀ daddy ẹ̀ náà ló kú sí o. My daddy was now regretting, I would have taken this woman to the hospital since, and he has the money. He has
a personality disorder. If you are hearing me today and you are in any abusive relationship and toxic, seek help. Get a therapist. Treat yourself. If you die, that's the end. Nobody can use your certificate. Nobody can use your passport. That's life. Life is too short. Don't die on anybody's laps. That's a good one. He died on an abuser's laps. Wow. Hey, your story is deep and long. Go ahead. Let's see where we can do. But I don't think we'll finish it today. It's not possible. But go ahead.
So when I was now at home. I was at the backyard. Then I was there's one egusi we planted. So I was breaking them to remove the egusi out of the shell. So my daddy now came. He was sober, very I look as if he's not my daddy, as in one gentle. He now mentioned my name, Lagbaja, so person is dead. I said, what? She's dead? Kinikon. She was not that woman. I said, nurse. She now came. She was shouting. She was hitting my daddy. You killed this woman. Is you that killed her? So yeah, that one now.
You know how many women have died in the hand of a toxic husband? Don't die. Don't die. You are hearing me now. Ma kuiku kankan. Àwọn ọmọ méjì tó bí yẹn sìn. Tell me about those two children, because some people don't know.
The story is long, but I will say everything. Should I jump to those children?
Don't jump to those children. I will still ask them. Go ahead. No, people don't. People think when funkeadetuberu is talking, now you see practical. Why would I spend hours asking her questions? Go ahead.
So people were coming to console my daddy. Everybody was crying. Our pastors came. Everybody came.
Your daddy, they go church?
Go church. Is the woman that used to take me and her children to church. So that pastor, the pastor was even, a pastor will not be angry. He was not angry, but he was just telling me, this girl, be prayerful, make sure you come to church with your siblings. So the 5th day, that woman's elder sister now came. We were plenty in the city room. She now went straight to her sister's room. My daddy now followed her. What are you looking for? Your sister is no more here. Why will you come to my house and barge into your sister's room, my late wife's room, like that? So when the woman there is one àwọn abọ́ kan wà that used to have a train cover tomato papo. My stepmother's sister now went there and opened it. But my daddy now collected the tray and drop it on the floor, scatter everything. I know that mommy came to take something hidden. So when that woman was there, my dad now say, you don't have any right in my house again, go. The woman was now say, no, I have something that I want to take. Only kini. When the woman now took one envelope, my daddy now collected the envelope. My daddy now brought it to the city room because everybody was still in the city room. My dad now opened it. When my daddy opened the envelope, there was one certificate there. That certificate was a marriage certificate. My daddy's name was there. My daddy never do any marriage at all. Anybody say marriage apart from my mom that's not dowry. So that woman, she now did wedding with my daddy, as in not my daddy. They used somebody else as my daddy.
Hey.
I don't know how to explain that. As in the woman's name was there, my daddy's name was there. It was written on the envelope that they has just 2 kids. So my daddy was now shouting, "Shetiri, oti lo she wedding." That is what the woman was coming to take, because she knew about it. And she wanted to kill my children and take over everything. It is only 2 children that she and my daddy had inside that certificate.
Yeah, street. Your daddy is on the street. The woman is also on the street. So she's playing streets. On John Shaye fúnra wọn àbí Shaye ní street ìta. Whatever, continue.
So that was how ìyẹn lọ. So that my daddy now banned the woman from coming to that house. You don't have the right to come and check your sisters, your children. Kini kan. My
Okay,
daddy
so
was
that woman that came was your sister. Was the sister of your...
of my stepmother. That was the first
Maybe,
day.
you know, meaning that some of you ladies hearing me, what really made that girl to stay in that home was because of the property. She now died there. Chai, continue.
So my daddy now, that was the first time I would see my daddy crying. See, my daddy now said, so they will have sent my first fruits away. They will have poisoned me. My daddy was just saying that. So the woman now left. So later, my daddy stopped beating me throughout for that little time. So won't stop láti máa nà mí. So later again, I was now disturbing. I want to go out from that house because I'm not really happy from láti kékeré in that house at all. So I now told my daddy, please, mo fẹ́ lọ sí school. That kàn jẹ́ kí n ṣe JAMB. He said no. So then I now met ọmọ poli kan in my area. I now told them, please, mo fẹ́ wọ school. How am I going to do it? Pay me low JAMB. Me they ṣe JAMB. They now said that I should buy a prelim form from Poly Ibadan satellite campus Shaki ni wọ́n wá mú mi sí. So the boy now did everything for me. So when he now did it, I now show my daddy, my name is out. This is the printout. He now said okay. So he refused to.
You are looking at a determined woman here, a woman that has made up her mind to be relevant despite all odds. If I don't finish this today, I'm coming next week. You know why? Because this woman has to bring everything out for her to be complete and total. You don't hide wounds and not be smelling the odor of the wound. It's not possible. This is a serious case note. For her to be so determined, resilient, made up her mind that whatever happens, I must go to school with all this suffering. Girls, some of you are pampered brats. You have not been through all of this. JAMB is not jamming you. You are acting as if you have tomorrow to play with. You better go back and read and become what you are destined to become. If a woman, a girl like you, who is raised in shame, in pain, in embarrassment, in humiliation, chose to go back to school and just have life as a girl, you don't have any excuse. If you have not been through what she's been through, you don't have any excuse. So embrace yourself. Common sense is not common. Go ahead with your story.
So when I now took the admission form to my daddy, he now said, who obtained this form for you? Kinikon. So I now went and called one of our neighbor in the area. She's from our hometown too. And now tell the woman, please help me to beg him. I'm just home like that, doing nothing.
And you have made your paper since how many
20
years?
Since I was 23. I was 20 when I made the paper, so I was still at home for like 3
years.
3 years. So and now the woman now came, started begging my daddy, please allow her to go now. She begged, allow her to go. Let me say it like that. So I now went to that woman that we are resuming so much that I need something like pot. I've already gotten one lady like that. The girl used to come to our church, but she was already in ND2 in that place. I now told the girl that please I must stay with you. I don't know yet to in school. She now said no problem. So the woman, I now told the woman now took me to the market. She bought pots, she bought different things that I would take to school. That small mattress, she bought everything for me. When I now took everything, when my daddy now came, I was even happy. Thank God. Say, daddy, see what mommy Lagbaja bought for me.
I can't picture that episode.
He said okay, he first went in. When he took his bath and he went out again. When he now came back in the night, exactly. When he now came back in the night, he said I should go and bring those things. I brought the Ghana must go where I put the pot and the stove. When he opened, he threw the pot. He said, which school are you going? Do you know the meaning of school? I now started shouting. So that was when I was thinking how to run away from the house. Láti kékeré, wey my mate àwọn míì gan ti wà ní wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti fẹ́ parí gan ìmíì gan ti parí nígbà tèmi máa wà ní 23 yẹn kìíní kan. So I was now thinking of bó mo ṣe máa sá lọ báyìí. I now thought of kí n lọ wá mọ́mì mi. I now asked that woman that bought pot for me, stylishly asked her how will I board bus to my village. She now told me she didn't know I wanted to run away. Wise away. Move. So she now gave me the address. That woman used to give me money. She would tell me, you are a lady. At times she might take me to the market home around that wear gbogbo for me or everything that my mom.
Can you see? I found this girl if not for the fact that she was damaged emotionally. She found mercy. When I bring her next week, she's going to be talking about her experience, her life. It's paining me so much, man. You know, hearing this story made me to know that God was still doing everything to protect her. Because it could have been a man. She's so beautiful at 40. God. She would have actually sought out for a man to be doing that. But God brought a woman to her life to protect her. By next week, I'll be telling you the effect of this damage in her life. Because she still took wrong decision, married wrongly, and that is how we're going to close it next week. By the grace of God. Listen to me carefully, everyone hearing the sound of my voice today. It's so sad because anything you don't value, you lose. And where there is no value, abuse is inevitable. This man, is he still alive?
No, ma. He died 9 years ago.
He will die because, number one, he didn't live healthily. He was abusing himself. He thought he was abusing his children by getting into anger, alcohol, going to brothels and all. But sincerely, he was actually doing himself. And sadly, very, very painful, he did not know that it can be helped. Listen to me today. I said it last week. I'm saying it again. If you are struggling with, I can't blame him. He was also damaged. I think before we continue next week, I will let you tell me about his background so that you know that it's not his fault for him to be doing this to his children. Somebody hand over the baton to him. But you know you can choose to live a better life by just seeking a professional help. Get into therapy, get into counseling, put yourself in a place where you can be fully helped by a professional. Don't die before your time. Don't allow drugs to kill you. Don't allow any form of vices to mess up your life and truncate your future, because you don't know where this addiction will end you. It could end you in a good place if you seek help, and it can end you in a bad place. Life is a choice. I told you at the beginning of this episode, everything big starts small. Hey, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who has been listening to She Matters today. You must have taken in one or two things. Dine on the table of wisdom and knowledge. Don't let your life be a warning. Let's be an example. This life is a warning. It's not a good example. Can I say this? Please, send me a text. Please, I don't pick calls, WhatsApp or voice notes. If you need help, don't die in silence. You are as sick as your secrets. Go in for therapy. I want to say thank you for coming.
Yes, ma. Thank you.
I'll still bring you in next week to continue this. We are not ending it here. There's so much to learn about your life. My name is funkeadetuberu. I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners. I'm closing on this note because of the pain and the embarrassment. I felt the pain in my heart. The number to text, to voice note, to WhatsApp is 080-232-42389. 080-232-42389. 42389. On behalf of Dr. Yinka Jualaifele, who is the leader of Fresh FM Nigeria, thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate you so dearly.